health fanatics, I'm Yolisa. I am a vegan nutritionist and a medical scientist. Today, I want us to look at the concept of food labels. As I mentioned in my previous video, that if you want to transition into a plant-based lifestyle, you have to create a food journal and get to see how different foods make you feel. Now, how you get to achieve that will be that you have to be a person who is responsible as to what you put into your body. Now, I am an advocate of whole foods plant-based diet. That simply means that you eat foods of vegetables and plants, or rather you eat fruits, vegetables, and everything else, your legumes, in its natural state as possible. Now, there's different kinds of vegans. Some vegans will eat anything even though it's not necessarily in its natural state as possible. They can eat highly processed foods for as long as the manufacturing of that particular product does not involve animal products. But as I said, I am an advocate of whole food plant-based diet, which means that you eat foods in its natural state as possible. Now, when you read your food labels, this is the concept I want to introduce today, which is food labels, and you must acquaint yourself with reading the ingredients that are in the products you're putting into your body. Because even when you want to eliminate some food items from your diet, transitioning into a vegan diet, you have to know how each food or rather ingredient makes you feel. For example, I don't really do well with artificial sweetness. Now, I do the best I can to avoid artificial sweetness, but to even begin with, I do not eat sugar. Now, before I take anything that has artificial sweeteners, I'll first determine what artificial sweetener is in the product, and I will decide whether or not I want to eat it. If I want to eat it, I will make sure I eat it in moderation. So today I want to introduce food labels and how you must get to be acquainted with really reading food labels. Even before you transition into a vegan lifestyle, make sure you read the labels of the foods that you're putting into your body, so that even when you're doing that 2 weeks of your food journal, if you're transitioning or you've already transitioned, it's going to be a different story when you've already transitioned. But if you're transitioning, you're going to have to read all the food labels so that you know and identify what is making you ill, what is making you feel bloated, or what could be potentially making you tired after eating, because I know some food products do make you tired. Now, I said I am an advocate of whole food plant-based diet. Now, what this simply means is that I prefer eating foods in its natural state as possible. If I'm eating an avocado, I want to eat an avocado as it is. Now, if I'm buying a product that claims to have an avocado as one of the ingredients, I want to make sure that there isn't at least more than 6 ingredient lists. If I'm having an apple juice, I must know that there aren't I must know what exactly is in the ingredient list so that I know what I'm putting into my body. But preferably, I prefer to eat an apple just like this. So it goes also for the cucumber. If I'm having a cucumber juice or whatever that claims to be healthy and has cucumber in it, I would rather go for a cucumber. If I have to drink cucumber and apple juice, I would make that at home, because I know I'm getting this from its natural state as possible. Now, it becomes a little bit impossible not to eat processed foods. But what you want to do when you transition to a vegan lifestyle, you want to minimize how much processed foods you put into your body. because it could be that the reason why your body is taking a strain is because of all the artificial sweeteners, it's all the other ingredients, the preservatives, you name them. If I'm having something that's got beans, I want to make sure that I eat beans in its natural state as possible. Now, for example, I've got here, I'm going to start with tofu. I've got tofu. We all know that tofu is made of soybeans, but this product I have here is, well, it's got a couple of ingredients. We all know that tofu is very high in protein and it's quite healthy. It's got a beautiful texture, and you know, in the vegan community, we all have this craze going on about tofu. Even in myself included, I enjoy tofu. But tofu is made from a soybean, and from the soybean it's processed up until you get to this stage that it like this. But when you read the ingredient list on this product, there's water, there's vegetable oil, which is soybean, modified starch, which is potato starch, there is isolated soy protein, there is maltodextrin, there is transglutaminase, there is modified starch, there's sea salt and spices. This is coming from a soybean, and you heard the list of ingredients that are in here. So if I'm eating this and I'm on a whole food plant-based diet, I'm not going to have this as many times as I like, but I'll eat this in moderation. Now I also have in front of me coconut cream and some chickpeas. But now I'm going to start with chickpeas. With these chickpeas, it's just a pity I don't have chickpeas, but they come from this sort of a natural state, and we have them in a tin. But if I'm buying them in a tin, I do not want to have at least I don't want to have more than 6 items in the ingredient list this is just a rule of thumb that I've put for myself. It doesn't mean that everyone else has to follow it like this. Now I've got chickpeas, but I prefer them in a natural state as possible. But say for example, I'm having a very busy life and I want to adopt a vegan lifestyle, but I don't have time. Now I'm buying these in a can. Now remember, for it to remain fresh, they have to put in preservatives. So let's read the ingredient list. Ingredient list number 1 is chickpeas, water, salt, acidity regulator, antioxidant. I'm fine with that. That's only 5 ingredients. I'm fine with this. I can eat this, of course, not also as many times as I like, but this one I feel for me it's quite flexible. I can eat it as many times as I want, because at least there's water, there's salt, acidity regulator, and antioxidant. Now also with coconut cream, it comes from a coconut, and I don't expect to see a lot of ingredients in this, but let's see what's in this. It's coconut, it's water, and the stabilizer and an emulsifier. I can have this. This I'm good to go with. And I have also in front of me sesame tahini. Now it's well, even on this bottle it's written crushed seeds, nothing else. Let's see if they are telling the truth. In this product, the only ingredient is sesame seeds. I would have this as many times as I want, because I know what I'm putting into my body is just crushed sesame seeds. Now, I also enjoy having a water enhancer, especially when I'm doing intermittent fasting, because I do live in a fasted life. I follow intermittent fasting. I interchange between a 16-8 and 20-4. So meaning I only eat for 4 hours in a day, and sometimes I eat for 8 hours in a day, and I fast for 16 hours or 20 hours, depending on how busy my schedule is. Sometimes I just go without food the whole day. So I love to have a water enhancer. I'll try to have like pictures of close-up pictures of these items that I've used for today. Now this water enhancer claims to have 0 sugar, 0 color, 0 aspartame, and it's a lime flavor, and it's just a water enhancer just to enhance the flavor of your water. But you'd rather drink water in its natural state as possible. Don't be like Yolisa, because Yolisa prefers sometimes to put a water enhancer. Now let's see what's in the ingredients. The ingredient list is water, citric acid, malic acid, trisodium citrate, flavoring, non-nutritive sweetener, a blend of sucralose, acesulfame K, preservatives, which are your sodium, your benzoate, your potassium sorbate. Though I love this, but truth is I shouldn't be having it as many times as I want. Now, even when I do talk about intermittent fasting, you obviously want to avoid things that will spike up your insulin. So you want to keep yourself, or you want to keep your body in a fat burning state when you follow intermittent fasting. Now, I'm gonna really go aside of what research says concerning intermittent fasting, and this essentially you're supposed to avoid when you're doing intermittent fasting, because it's got a non-nutritive sweetener, and that has an effect on your insulin. And when you follow or when you're doing intermittent fasting, you want to avoid anything that's going to spike up your insulin. Now also, you saw how many ingredients are here. And for water, I would rather sometimes just get a slice of cucumber or a slice of lemon, put it in my water. But I do really love this, but I should have this in moderation. And I've got here mayonnaise, right? So they say it's 55% less fat than the original mayo. Now, things like these, for me, I rather have them in moderation. Not because, or of course because they're processed, but I just don't. For example, if I want to have mayonnaise, I'd rather have a guacamole, just smash my avocado and I'd have my mayo. But if I do really want to make some potato salad and I've got this, I will go for it. But look at the reason why I don't enjoy eating highly processed items. Let's read the ingredients. It's water, vegetable oil 25%, and it's sunflower seed and soya bean and TBHQ. There's sugar, there's vinegar, there's thickness, there's salt, there's acidity regulators, there's pea protein, there's mustard flour, there's stabilizers, there's preservatives, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate. Man, this is quite a lot. And it's got a sequestrant, and it's got colorants. Now this, I really want to have it in moderation. And okay, I have something here that's not necessarily vegan for your vegetarian folks. I'll talk about it later. Now here I've got a slice of bread. Well, not a slice, I've got a loaf of bread. I advocate that people bake their own breads. Reason being, you know exactly what you put into that bread mix, and you know what you're getting into your body. Well, this is supposed to be a low GI whole wheat seeded brown bread that is high in manganese, right? So it's a healthy item. But the ingredient lists behind it are crazy. I'm going to read all of them. It's a Sasko white bread wheat flour, wheat water, wheat bran, crushed wheat, linseed, I'm so fine with those ingredients, dehulled soybean cuts, yeast, oat groats, sugar, and then I'm not really, okay, sugar, I'm fine with sunflower, then sunflower seeds, sesame seed, salt, wheat gluten, and then we go to the stuff I do not really like, acidity regulator, preservative, which is calcium propionate, sorbic acid, emulsifier, which is of vegetable origin, flavor enhancer rather, soybean flour, minerals, electrolytic iron, zinc oxide, and vitamins B3. I want this. This is good stuff. Vitamins B3, B6, B1, B2, A, and B9. Flour improvers, enzymes, non-animal origin. It contains 11% of mixed grains and seeds. in my own opinion, there's just quite a lot for bread. There's really quite a lot of ingredients for bread. And then I've got this item, onion biscuits. Now there's quite a lot of items or ingredients in this, right? Of course, the reason you would not want to have it as vegan is because this one particularly contains animal products. Now I'm bringing this last because I want you to see that when you eat lots of animal products and you don't actually pay attention to also what other ingredients are in the ingredient list, you actually be putting your body into strain. So there's wheat flour here, unhydrogenated vegetable oil, which is from palm fruit. There's cheese, cow's milk, starter cultures, enzymes, salt, golden syrup, whey powder, butter, eggs, sesame, sugar, salt, onion, yeast powder, proteolytic enzyme, raising agents, which is your ammonium bicarbonate and sodium bicarbonate, and sodium acid pyrophosphate. And there's emulsifiers, flavoring. I wouldn't want to have this, or even if I was not vegan, I would not have this as many times as I want, right? Now, why am I saying this? When you're about to transition into a vegan lifestyle, it is important that you know what you're putting into your body, because you want to move from, or you want to divorce some of the habits you have and the relationship you have with food, and you want to adopt a new and a healthy relationship with food, and you want to do it in a way that's going to benefit your body. Now, highly processed foods are the reasons why we have a rise in type 2 diabetes, obesity, and all the metabolic syndromes. But when you adopt a vegan lifestyle, especially if you want to optimize your health or you want to reverse a diagnosed metabolic disease, you definitely want to do it by eating things in their natural state as possible. Now, as a whole food plant-based advocator, as I said, I really advocate that people eat the things that are processed in moderation and prioritize eating these natural items, because these are loaded with vitamins, nutrients, and minerals, bioactive compounds that will help to nourish your body and heal your body. And this is what we want to do when we transition into a vegan lifestyle. Now, I'm going to take this to the next video where we're going to go into the deeper details of how we read the food labels and getting to understand food labels so that we eat to nourish our body, not to eat to harm our body. Because remember, I said food is a fuel, and you want to fuel your body in the right way so that it serves you, so that you get to be a healthy and a vital being that will get to live longer and live healthy. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the comment section. Interact with me and tell me what are your struggles in terms of getting to know what you're putting into your body. Do you know what exactly are the things that you're allergic to, or have you gone into a discovery of finding out what exactly am I putting into my body? If you feel like you're getting tired, you're getting ill, have you ever gotten into that journey of finding out what could be the reason why I'm feeling this way? Why am I picking weight? Why am I not gaining weight? Why am I having all of these metabolic syndromes that have been diagnosed? So I want you to comment on the comment section and let's interact. And if you are interested in any other topic that is related to nutrition, plant-based diet, and holistic lifestyle, and as I said, I will also include content of intermittent fasting, because that's just my lifestyle. So this is basically me giving you guys a piece of myself in this way, shape, and form, and we'll be including quite a lot of research-based topics, and we'll also be including the links so that you can read this scientifically proven topic, so that you get to equip yourself to make better choices as food is concerned. Now, with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video.